Hey pit crew, what is going on? And we're back with another video, and today we're taking a look at the newest DLC for ACC, and that is the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Yes, you heard that correct, it's the Nurburgring Nordschleife finally making its debut in ACC, and that's all thanks to SRO. SRO last year teamed up with ADAC to bring in the Nurburgring endurance race, and because of that, now we have that in ACC, and this is an all-new track from the Kunos. It was been designed, it's been designed for a while now, and they finally able to got it released thanks to them getting the licensing to do it with the SRO. Here we go, trying to get through. So what do I think so far about this track? I've driven a couple laps on it, and if I can compare it to the real track, I've been on the real track quite a few times. I go there, a couple times every year since I'm only like about 40 minutes away from it. And I gotta say, this is probably the most accurate version of the Nürburgring I've seen in any other sim when I compare it to the real life counterparts. And we're gonna get, once we get to the Nordschleife part, you'll see it. But it is incredibly detailed, and the guys at Kunos, like, I've really got to give them credit. They really know how to build tracks, and don't mean that by building inanimate objects that people race on, but they have a way of really bringing a vibe to the track, making it feel alive. And here, Kunos did a really great thing, especially as this could possibly be their last DLC for ACC, as now they shift their focus towards their next title. And you can see clues for the next title littered throughout this racetrack, where you see 2024, or you see a QR code. You can scan it, like right here you see a QR code. If you scan that QR code, it'll take you to a website. And by the time this video comes out, you'll probably already know what it is, but it's going to be called Assetto Corsa Evo. Yes, here we are, we're going on to the Nordschleife part of the track, and this is where we go from racing to surviving, because each corner comes at you really quick, really fast, and by the time you're done with one corner, you're already hitting another corner. And here I'm missing my shifts like crazy talking to you guys, but like I said, like, you see the crowds here as we hit the wall. Terrible driving from me so far. And you'll see the crowds, and this is what you'll see in an actual 24-hour race. You see the crowds everywhere on this racetrack, because there's hiking trails all over this track. You can pretty much walk this whole entire track if you really wanted to see all the action from different spots. Or there's different pathways, different roads to get to certain parts of the track. And like, seeing everything here, like, seeing the Marshall station, seeing the little parts, even like the porta potties. Like, this track is incredibly accurate, incredibly detailed, down to like all the banners, down to all the poles, the Marshall tents and everything. This is really great. And not only did the guys at Kunos work on just Nordschleife, but they also brought in liveries for the Alpine cars, okay. But they also worked on the dampeners, really making sure the suspension works in this game, because I think that's probably one of the weak spots for this title, was the suspension. And with Nürburgring, with the different types of curbs that they have, from low curbs to medium curbs to high curbs, you really need to make sure that when you hit the curbs, the cars don't fly off. Like, yes, if you're on the really high curbs, cars are going to fly off no matter what. But they shouldn't be flying off like on the medium height curbs or anything like that, which Nürburgring has a lot of those. So I think they really had to fix that first before they could bring this DLC. And here you are, you're starting, you see the crowds on either side of the track. And even down to the bumps on this track is incredibly, really accurate. Hitting that curb. See, I'm not flying off. The car stays, the rebound is doing what it's supposed to do, making sure the car stays stable. And you can already see, if you pay attention, like, you can already see in the crowds, the lights are coming on. That is something you would actually see in a real 24-hour race at the Nürburgring. During the day, All the people are going to be out there barbecuing and drinking at night. That's when the music starts, the lights turn on, and everybody's partying while the drivers are trying to stay focused on the race. And here we are now, as we're going into the forest part of the track, you can see it's getting foggy, which would really happen in real life too. With all these trees, it's going to be a lot more humid, it's going to get a lot colder really quicker, so you're going to see fog build up on this part of the track as would happen in real life. So Kunos did a really great job making sure they bring, you know, that life to this track. And you can go and watch other videos and see onboards from the last year and compare the two together. And they both look really, really good as I'm slowing down here, trying to avoid these guys. And here we are now, we're getting into my favorite part of the Nurburgring. Coming up to, not there yet, but we're prepping to go into potentially the most famous corner at the Nurburgring, the carousel. Just make sure. AI trying to make sure. Yeah, the AI still acts in a weird way. AI is not really ACC's strong suit, but here we are, we're coming up to the carousel. We gotta make sure we prep for it, make sure we don't overshoot it, we stay in it. Oh, it's bumpy, it's really bumpy as it is in real life. And now we're getting to the technical parts of the track where we're going, swooping from one corner to another, making sure we don't go. And so like here, like I said, with the reworked suspension that the Kunos guys did with this track, you can really hit the curbs. Like you wouldn't be able to do that in previous versions. You have to make sure you stayed away from the curbs. Alright, we're trying to keep it on track. And here we go, we're probably prepping for the second most famous part of the Nordschleife. This is where anytime you see car wrecks, this is where you see them over here. You know, it's nicknamed YouTube Corner for a reason, because cars come down here super fast, hit this part, come up the hill, and just spin out. We don't want to do that, because I don't want to become YouTube famous for spinning out. Hit that curb. And you can really feel it. You can really feel these curbs, these jumps, these divots. Like right here, we're gonna feel this. Hopefully rebound does its job. Keeps the car stuck. It does. Don't go off track here. But you can see, like, you know, you see the people here to the side that are watching you, that are cheering you on. As you would see. Over there, you're seeing the lights already started. The party's already going with the people drinking. I'd rather join them right now. Trying to stay alive here. Coming into the last bit of the track. Hi guys, wave to them. But yeah, so far Kunos did a great job with making sure this track is accurately detailed. Even with the trees, the forest, like you're seeing a lot of different kinds of trees. Like you feel like you're actually in a German forest. You don't feel like you're anywhere else. And then here we come up to the, you know, if you're in the Touristfahrten part, this is the part of the track where you actually get off. You can see the Nurburgring Castle up top on the hill right there. But normally at the Touristfahrten, this is where you would slow down. You start getting off the track here because this is where you have the Devil's Diner. Grab a bite to eat, people park, across the street people are parking, chilling, relaxing, having fun. That's all detailed out here on this track too. And then here we're coming up to where a couple of years ago where the Vanderlyn brothers hit each other, crashed out while going for a pass on each other. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we finish this lap. We want to make sure we can party later on with the guys out there, hit the rave party. And here we are, we're back on the actual GP track again. And we're finishing our lap. We're gonna park it here, because I just wanted to go through one lap with you guys around with the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Yeah, what can I say? I'm gonna pause it so we're not hearing the car sounds, but yeah. I would say Kunos, the guys at Kunos really outdid themselves with this latest DLC. The track is excellent. It is amazing. It's by far the best version of Nords I've ever driven. I've been on. It's incredibly accurate, incredibly detailed. Yes, it doesn't nail everything 100%. I mean, this track's a huge track. It's not going to nail everything 100%. But when I compare it to the other versions of Nurburgring out there and all the other sims, you know, in iRacing, AC, Race Room, R Factor 2, I've got to say this is probably the most accurate according to how the Nurburgring was in 2023. You know, every year Nurburgring, the guys over there, they update the track, they repave for certain parts, change some of the curbing, do some things. So if I'm looking at this on how 2023 is, I would say is, you know, probably 97, 98% accurate to how it really is. The guys spent a lot of time making sure they nailed down everything with this track, down to the vibe. And I think that's where a lot of sims fail sometimes. They treat tracks as this inanimate object where everything is constant, nothing changes, and you're just trying to conquer every corner. Where I think where the Kunos guys, yes, they don't, you know, they probably don't nail everything perfectly, but at least I want to say, like, when it comes to the tracks, they really know how to build tracks and bring life to it. Driving, you know, laps during the daytime and driving during, you know, at night, you see how this track changes. You see how this track is moving around, and you feel it. You feel that it's alive as you're going around the corners, and that's something I think a lot of other sims miss out. But yeah, for this DLC, it's, you know, if to get it, it's going to be about $9 to $12 depending on where you're at in the world, and I think it's worth it. It's very, very worth it. And, you know, knowing, or probably I can't say knowing, but potentially what this could mean, as this is ACC's last DLC. I think they did a bang up job by introducing Nords, and this is them going out on a very, very high note as they're preparing to shift focus towards Assetto Corsa Evo. That's the new title for the sim, and again, you know, see all the little clues hidden out when you're driving the Nords here. And yeah, it's great. It's an amazing track, and if you're a huge fan of the Nordschleife, you have to try it in ACC, because I guarantee you, you are going to be in for a big, huge, enjoyable ride. So yeah, guys, that's it from me. That's that one lap going through, giving you a tour of the Nords on ACC. What do you guys think of the new DLC? Do you even like Nords? Have you been out to the Nordschleife? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and you want to see more, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new content coming out. And until next time, guys, have fun racing. Later.